Many people dream of letting their budgies fly freely around the room. It looks fun and natural, but sometimes that's just not possible. Maybe you rent a flat and the landlord doesn't allow birds outside the cage. Maybe your room isn't bird safe. Or maybe you have cats, small kids, or you work long hours. Whatever the reason, you might have to keep your budgies inside their cage all the time. And that's okay if you do it right. In this video, we'll talk about how to keep your budgies happy, healthy, and active even if they can't fly free. You'll learn how to make their cage life fun, how to prevent boredom, and how to make sure they live a long and peaceful life. Let's start with one important thing. It's possible for budgies to live well and stay healthy even without flying around the room. But it takes effort and creativity from you. You have to replace the exercise and stimulation they'd normally get during out-of-cage time. First, let's talk about the cage itself. If your budgies will live only inside, the cage becomes their entire world. That means it has to be big enough and full of enrichment. For two budgies, the minimum size is about 120 centimeters wide, 60 centimeters tall, and 60 centimeters deep. Bigger is always better. The longer the cage, the better for flight and movement. Avoid tall, narrow cages. Budgies fly horizontally, not up and down. If possible, get a flight cage with horizontal bars so they can climb easily. The placement of the cage also matters a lot. Choose a bright, safe spot in your room where they can see what's going on. Avoid kitchens and drafts. Place it at your chest or head height. Birds feel safer when they're not low to the ground. Make sure at least one side is against a wall to make them feel secure. Now, let's talk about the inside of the cage, their furniture and toys. In nature, budgies explore, climb, chew, and socialize all day. You need to recreate some of that. Give them at least 4 or 5 different perches made of natural wood, not plastic. Use different thicknesses so their feet get exercise. Add swings, ropes, and ladders to encourage movement. Change the layout every few weeks to make it more interesting. It's like giving them a new playground. But don't move everything at once. That can stress them out. Change 1 or 2 items at a time. Next, toys. Budgies need things to chew, shred, and explore. You can use toys made of paper, wood, seagrass, or palm leaves. Avoid mirrors and bells as the only toys. They can become obsessive and lonely. Instead, offer a variety: foraging toys, hanging toys, and even homemade ones from cardboard rolls or safe sticks. Foraging is one of the best ways to keep cage budgies mentally active. In the wild, they spend most of their day searching for food. You can mimic that. Hide seeds in paper cups, small boxes, or inside foraging balls. Scatter some millet pieces around the cage instead of giving them all in one bowl. This makes mealtime fun and challenging. Speaking of food, diet becomes even more important when your birds don't fly. Without much exercise, they can gain weight easily. Limit high-calorie treats like millet or sunflower seeds. Feed mainly a balanced budgie seed mix or pellets. And always provide fresh vegetables like spinach, carrots, and broccoli every day. Wash the veggies well and remove leftovers after a few hours so they don't spoil. You can also encourage exercise inside the cage. Place food, water, and toys in different areas so they have to move between them. Hang toys higher or place perches far apart to make them hop and flap their wings. You can even gently play games with them through the bars, like offering treats from one side to make them climb and come closer. Another key part is light and sleep. Budgies need about 10 to 12 hours of darkness each night to rest properly. Cover the cage lightly with a breathable cloth to block light and noise. During the day, make sure they get enough natural or full-spectrum light too. Support their health and mood. Let's not forget about social time. Even if they can't fly out, they still need attention. Talk to them often. Sit by the cage and let them see your face and hear your voice. Budgies love routine and familiar sounds. If you have more than one, they'll keep each other company, but they still enjoy interacting with you. If your budgies live alone, it's even more important to spend time near them. You can teach them to talk or whistle through the cage bars. Offer treats through your fingers to build trust. The more connected they feel to you, the happier they'll be. Temperature and air quality also matter. Keep the room between 18 and 25 degrees Celsius and avoid candles, sprays, or smoke. Budgies are very sensitive to fumes. If you use a heat pump or air conditioner, make sure the air isn't blowing directly at them. Cage cleaning is another big part of keeping indoor budgies healthy. Change paper or sand sheets at the bottom daily. Wash food and water bowls every day too. Once a week, clean perches and toys. With warm water and mild soap, rinse well. Before putting them back, let's talk about one of the hardest parts, boredom. Budgies are smart, social, and full of energy. Without flying time, they can become bored or stressed. Signs of boredom include biting the bars, screaming, feather plucking, or sitting silently for long periods. The key is to change things up often. Rotate toys weekly, change perch positions, and add simple challenges. For example, tie a piece of millet inside a paper ball so they have to tear it open. Give them safe branches with leaves to chew on, like apple or willow. Make sure they are pesticide-free. You can also play sound for stimulation. Budgies enjoy calm background noises like nature sounds or gentle talking, but avoid loud or chaotic music. It can stress them. If you watch TV, your budgie might even enjoy sitting near you and watching. A good routine helps too. Feed them at the same times. Talk to them in the morning and before bed. Routine gives them a sense of safety and structure. Even though they live inside a cage, they'll still feel part of your daily life. Now let's talk about physical health. Because your birds won't fly much, their wings and muscles can get weaker. Encourage small movements. You can train them to flap their wings gently while holding onto a perch. When you talk to them or offer treats, place them at different levels to motivate movement. Keep an eye on their nails and beak. Without natural wear, they may grow faster. Provide cuttlebone, mineral blocks, and rough perches to help keep them trimmed. If their nails get too long, ask an avian vet to trim them safely. Speaking of vets, regular checkups are even more important for cage-only budgies. A yearly visit helps catch problems like obesity, liver disease, or overgrown beaks early. Because cage birds move less, these issues appear faster if their diet or care isn't right. You might wonder if keeping budgies in a cage all the time is unfair. The truth is, it depends on how you do it. If you give them love, attention, and a rich environment, they can be just as happy as birds who fly free. What matters most is how cared for and safe they feel. Some people even notice their budgies becoming calmer and more confident when they stay inside a large, stimulating cage. It becomes their secure little world where everything is familiar. So don't feel guilty. Focus on doing it the best way possible. Let's cover some ideas for daily enrichment that don't need flying space. Morning routine. Uncover the cage. Greet them with a cheerful voice. Change their water and food. And open curtains for natural light. Budgies love hearing you say good morning. It sets a positive tone. Midday. While you're busy, they can keep busy too. Leave a foraging toy or paper puzzle to tear up. Rotate between different challenges every few days. Evening. Before bedtime, talk to them softly. Give a treat or a few gentle whistles. And cover the cage partially to calm them down. Budgies need a peaceful bedtime to avoid night frights. Here are a few creative toy ideas you can make at home. You can roll a piece of paper into a ball with a small treat inside. Hang short pieces of safe string with knots for them to untie. Or stick vegetables through cage bars so they can peck at them like natural foraging. Little things like this make a big difference. If you have multiple budgies, make sure there's space and enough toys for everyone. Crowding can cause fights, especially between males or when females feel territorial. Observe their behavior. If one bird bullies another, separate food bowls and toys to different areas so each has personal space. Communication is also enrichment. Talk to them as you walk by. Use their names. Budgies learn voices and tones, and they love feeling included. Even a few minutes of gentle talking each day helps build trust and emotional comfort. You can also use safe mirrors for short play sessions, but not full-time. Some budgies fall in love with their reflection and stop socializing. Limit mirror time to a few minutes a day and watch their reactions. Remember, happy cage birds are active, curious, and vocal. They chirp, stretch, play, and move around. If you ever notice a budgie staying still for hours or looking puffed up, something might be wrong. Check temperature, food, or health and contact a vet if needed. Finally, understand that every budgie is different. Some will adapt easily to cage life. Others might take weeks to settle. Be patient and gentle. Talk softly, move slowly near the cage, and reward calm behavior. Over time, they'll trust you and feel safe. Let's wrap up with a few golden rules for keeping cage-only budgies happy. Rule 1. Big cage, lots of enrichment. Make the space exciting and change things often. Rule 2. Balanced diet and daily vegetables. Avoid too many treats. Rule 3. Mental stimulation, foraging, toys, sounds, and human interaction every day. Rule 4. Routine, rest, and enough darkness for sleep. Rule 5. Love and patience. Your attention means more than you think. You might not be able to offer your birds the freedom of open flight, but you can offer them something just as important: a rich, safe, and loving environment. Many budgies live their whole lives happily in large, well-decorated cages with caring owners. The goal is to give them a life full of comfort, variety, and connection. If you do all that, your budgies will sing, play, and bond with you deeply, even without ever leaving their cage. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, check out my other video, How to Tame Your Budgie Step-by-Step Guide You'll Love. It's a great next step to build a closer bond with your birds. See you there.